Yeah, welcome back to the firehouse for some more firehouse reasoning about the craziness of earth life, I say. Currently now here on the news, I'm a man who is always skimming current affairs, seeing exactly what the leaders are up to. And lately here now I've seen them. Today I've seen on the news where medals will be awarded to drone operators. I don't know how these medals exactly. They never said how the medals will be awarded, but I suppose it will be based on the number of kills, no doubt, or targets eliminated then. You know what I mean? Because it won't be, you can't give anyone a medal. I've noticed that when they give people in the army medal, they don't give you a medal unless you, what they would say, perform some kind of valor, meaning that you've eliminated a lot of the enemies under heavy fire without yourself. Or even if you get eliminated, they can give it to you, what they call, postmonimous, after you die. I can't even pronounce the word, But after, if you was under heavy fire and you eliminated a lot of the other people who were shooting at you, and even if they kill you, but they says, okay, this man under fire, he did take out 25 of them, so that's how they give you a medal. So I suppose in this, because we are dealing with a modern, a more sophisticated type of killing when it comes to drone, and I mean on the battlefield there's a chance that you could eliminate this hero or this man who is going to get the medal, but it don't look as if you have any chance of eliminating the drone pilot. You see what I mean? Because he's now playing a different game. No one see him. This is the unseen hero who, like I'm saying, would be having clocked up a number of kills, would be awarded medals. So if there is medal in it, I say, that means there is going to be competition in it. Just like last week on the news when I was watching, and they say the most prolific sniper in USA history got shot on a shooting range, because this sniper killing, it was everyone want to be number one. So no doubt now you're going to have beings who are looking to be a legend in the field of drone operating, then, of eliminating the targets, and having eliminated X amount of target, one could now be granted whatever medal that they're going to give these drone operators. But what these drone operators don't seem to understand, which people sell the soul so cheaply for nothing at all. You know what? Yeah, of course you've been well paid. You're well trained to operate a drone. You know what I mean? And they're telling you that you are eliminating the enemy. What you are doing is eliminating your own brother, a fellow human being. But you've been desensitized, innit? And being educated that you are an American, or you are a French, or you're not like them anyway. They are different. For whatever reason, they've educated you that the people that you are eliminating, right, don't even actually have blood. They are not of the same gene pool as you. So therefore, one could kill them without thinking anything about it at all. You know what I mean? No doubt if these are the people that you was killing like that, had the ability to fly back drones over your city and eliminate whoever they want to eliminate, you would find this perfectly okay. You know what I mean? And these, like I say now, imagine this now, that you have people killing people, and innocent people as well, because a lot of innocent people get killed when they are going after whoever they claim is the target. But it doesn't matter which innocent people get killed. No drone operator can be prosecuted because nobody knows who they are. But they can be awarded medals, like I'm seeing now. So you can be it's a license to kill, James Bond style. And who is giving? Who would license anyone to kill like that? The highest authority. You know, override what they would say, any coach or anything. Drone operators are flying around anywhere. As long as it's not in, yeah, they fly around in their country, but not in eliminating, just spying. But in other people's country, they fly around and kill. And I can see in my soul now how it is that one group of human beings has got the authority and the right to fly around in another part of the earth and kill people there at random. You know what I mean? But these things happen because we are living in the mad world of the beings that have been trapped in the lower regions of the mind. Another thing that was in the news was yesterday I was watching another program, and this was about an Israeli man, and he was a man who was a journalist. I forgot the man's name, but a brave soul anyway. I say real lion, yeah. And he was because he could move back and forth. For the last 30 years, he's been going into the Palestinian area and reporting the injustices that he sees there. You know what I mean? But he never only had the insight to do these. He also had the insight to see that in 1948, those who call themselves Israeli perform a wicked act by imposing themselves on the Palestinians. And going, and he also said in 67 they grabbed some more land against the will again. You know what I mean? And has imposed a cruel system on the Palestinians. You know what I mean? Which is entirely backed by the UN or whatever you want to call it. You know? This injustice. And now this, I myself have seen them building walls. It look like eventually they will wall themselves in like the Great Wall of China. You know what I mean? And they are justifying this, you know, these Israelis, by what they claim happened to them in World War II. That a great number of Jews was killed. Yeah, I'm not saying a great number of Jews wasn't killed. But at the same time, they are trying also to make out that this is the greatest crime that has ever been committed against human being, was what happened in 1942. But no, greater crimes, I tell you. I would like to know the amount of Indians that you wipe out in America to establish what you call America, or through the jungles of South America, going down Brazil, those places. Would like to know the amount you kill down there. So I am not even going to mention Deep Congo and what happened in Africa. I'm using other examples around the world. And these things are not remembered. But yet we are to remember now. Everyone must remember what happened to this man in 1948. Or in 1948, in the 40s, when Hitler performed a lot of evil. And I myself have studied the situation. Yeah, evil did go on. But who control the money system? I say it's the same Jew man. So he was financing both sides of the matter. Because at the end of the day, what human beings, what you have to understand is this. A wicked man is a wicked man, whether I want to be black or white. So if I was a wicked black man, why would I care if, say, we dust out 10 million, what I would term illiterate blacks then, kill them off? Wouldn't make any difference. So those are the powerful Jew men at that time who had money. Why would they be bothered about financing the debt of whatever million little poor Jews? You know what I mean? No problem. It's not as if, in fact, I'm sure Hitler was a Jew himself. He probably chased out find out that he was one. You know what I mean? So they use this now to establish this inhuman outpost. You see what I mean? And now this inhuman, because this is only 1940, is accepted by who? The UN and whoever as perfectly legitimate, and has denied those who was living on the land any rights at all. A similar thing I say to how they come here and see herbs, plants growing, and ban the plant and create alcohol themselves and give it to people to drink and make it legal. You see what I mean? And unintelligent people can't be intelligent. They do everything the opposite way around. So that's why they could go there as little as 48, like I say, kill, clear the land, and bring people from Russia, all those who was left over from the war, and put them in the land that the Palestinian was already living, and establish a government that is recognized by all these other goons system in Europe, because they are the one who set it up there as legitimate. And now this illegitimate government that they call Israel, nothing legitimate about it. Illegal, built on wickedness, you know what I mean, and it's still an evil force. Is in that land there now, exerting itself and treating people like I'm telling you, worse than in World War II, in the most undignified and inhuman way, and inhuman manner. Not only that, and it's calling, intent and calling for war in Iran, insisting that these people must not get hold of any bomb. How can they be more evil than Israel, which, like I say, are made up of men who are soulless, got no soul at all? Evil is their intention. This system that they've got down, how come when they was getting, no one know how many warheads they've got, atomic bomb, and when they was getting it and developing it and exploding it, the UN was not interested in what they was doing. No doubt they didn't even have to explode it. The Americans just ship them down a couple hundred nuclear warheads down there ready to fire, and they develop their own. But whichever way they get it, you never hear any the UN asking, you know, or trying to say, let's see what you have. When they capture any illegal and go and bulldozer down the Palestinian houses, you don't hear anyone in the UN or the President of America or come with any outrage or any outcry. You don't understand? They don't care what they do, because they put them there to do exactly that, to brutalize those other human beings. You know what I mean? To trample them into the dirt. And that's exactly what they are doing. Humiliating. That's what, if you was a Palestinian, I say, I've watched a few documentaries, and there is Palestinian who have to cross over from what they call Palestine into Israel to work. They have to pass all kind of checkpoints, and yeah, you would like to be humiliated like that in your own land as a human being. just to move from here to there by someone who probably come from Russia, or even them bring some Jews from Ethiopia, wherever they bring them from. What difference does it make? That is their land down there, Palestinian now. And here you have people spitting at them, smashing them in the face, telling, you know what, their humiliation. And not a humiliation that only lasts, I don't know how long did World War I last, that the Jews suffering, 6, 7, 8, 9, I don't know how many years. These people have been suffering this humiliation from 1948 until this time. And it doesn't improve the humiliation of those people. As far as I can see, it got worse. You know what I mean? I've been here since I've been in England since in the 70, come here 72. And I've been hearing about the road map to peace, the this to peace, the that. Nothing has ever improved. All that has gone on in all that time is that Israel, what they call Israel, has taken more land of these people and have smashed down more of the olive groves and whatever. And it doesn't matter what they do, these Europeans, they will never say, oh, send any peacekeeper, draw any line or nothing. They allow these people to grab and take more and more land, and they support them in every single thing that they do. If tomorrow they start bombing the Palestinian right out of the Gaza till everyone dead, they would support that as well, because they've got no soul either. You know what I mean? They are fully the reason why that country is so powerful, it's not a country anyway, that devilish organization that they call Israel, is because it is fully established by the European power and set there to do exactly that. To brutalize, humiliate and keep down those people out there. It's an outpost. Like I say, South Africa is an outpost. Or Australia, those places, America, Canada. Places that are set up to brutalize and humiliate the indigenous people of those lands. You know? Palestine is just modern lately. You know? But the same thing has happened to the Indians in America, Canada, New Zealand, Aborigine in Australia, after all of the blacks in Africa. You see what I mean? And all those maybe in Asia, all of them have been conquered. Who they can conquer physically, they do it mentally. You see what I mean? But these forces are evil. So I don't know how, so that means all the people in the United Nations and who make up NATO, and all them are goddamn evil as well. And all the International World Court of Justice, all these are made up of evil and wicked people. Because you will never hear them speak out for justice and truth and what is right. You know what I mean? They're either taking sides with these power, the Americans or the French, or they have to take sides with them. Can't speak out against them. So how can these people be representing any form of justice? They support these injustices. You know what I mean? These NATO, UN, whatever, the makeup of European powers, they was the one that dropped the what they call it, the legislation and all the rules. They did it to suit themselves. They're not interested about the rest of the planet. You know what I mean? They do it to suit them, to suit their ruling power, America and the rest of Europe and the rest. They haven't drawn up any constitution to serve humanity. Understand? They've drawn up these institutions to make sure things stay in their hand and that they can continue, like I say, to keep the mind of their fellow human being blind and ignorant. And ain't no way now if any of us getting out of this ignorance, like I say, coming back. We have to self-discipline. Because if our eyes are not open, then we are going to fall for the deceit that is being played out in front of us. Countries, like I'm telling you, nothing goes like that. This is only to divide and separate us. We're living on a one planet, Earth, and all of us are one human beings. You've been divided into ignorance by ignorant beings. Beings whose intelligence, I say, have not yet arisen and cannot be arisen either, because they are living on the lowest level of the mind due to their ignorance. As long as you are ignorant and you are doing anything ignorant within this universe, your faculties of understanding will never open. And yeah, you will open up the shadow of intelligence. You will see the shadow and imagine to yourself that it is the real. So because you'll be able to make a car and make a rocket and so forth, do those things, physical, you will firmly believe that somehow you are intelligent and that you are a genius and that you have IQs and all this thing. But yeah, you have IQ and you are a genius in those things, making cars and all that, and that knowledgeable level, I call it. But you will never set foot in the house of wisdom. And until you set foot in the house of wisdom, you are living in ignorance. And you must behave in an ignorant way. So the societies that are on earth are the, I don't know, backward idiotic business, are beings that have not set foot in the house of wisdom. So they, like I say, if it was building a house, oh yeah, they can put up a structure, but they don't know the foundation. They don't know what it is that can, that when you build a house now, the house can never fall. Their house always fall as soon as the first storm come along. You see the foundation crumble, because it is not built on firm foundation. Their foundation is always of deceit, deception. You know what I mean? Fall, nothing genuine. So such a house cannot last. You see what I mean? That is why this house here that you see constructed on earth, whether it's in the east, west, north, south, these things must come to an end, crumble. Because these organizations, government was they're not built on honesty and truthfulness, but on deceit and falsehood, lies. And the people that sustain these organizations are usually the beings whose eyes are not open, like I say, who are on the lower levels of the mind, lack total intelligence. Nevertheless, because we are living in this world on a material level, these people physically can dress well, and it appears to those who themselves eyes have not yet opened that these people are good, or that they are achieving something. So they can set these goals, which doesn't mean anything, but only to people whose eyes are not open. And you have lots of people, blind people now, chasing and wanting to be like this person or that person, or achieve this and achieve that. But you cannot achieve anything in the world of ignorance, apart from being more ignorant. You know what I mean? And getting well, I say ignorance have a way of, like I say, rewarding people with medal and doctorate and these kind of things. And these people, ignorant people, love to be flattered, I say. So yes, people are, when you are in ignorance, it can be bliss to some. being ignorant, you know, because ignorant people, like I say, they have ambition. They like to be known, they want to be famous, and they want to get invited to the best parties and mingle with who they think is the cream of society, as it was, you know what I mean? Not realizing that there is no cream in such a society, you know what I mean? More like shit than cream. But anyway, the shit appear to be cream. That's why I say looks is deceiving. When you think you are looking at the cream of society, you are looking at the shits of society. You know what I mean? Those whose mind, like I'm telling you, if you could see it like how you see the physical body, you'd see a really sick mind. You know what I mean? A really disgusting mind. But nevertheless, because this mind, like I tell you, can cloak itself in fine linen, silicon, you know, all kind of expensive thing, and make itself up to appear as if it's somebody good. You know what I mean? But that is only the outside. Inwardly, these beings are, like I say, dead, really sicko. So if anyone on this planet is imagining to themselves that such place as Israel, you know, is a genuine place and real, and that the drone operation law that the Americans are running is a perfectly legal thing, and you know you should eliminate. Of course you are mad just like them. These people are sick. You don't understand. It's never mind drone law. The whole of their law, their constitution, chiefly them. We go on about it yesterday, we go on again. Their constitution is it's a thing that was drawn up by wicked and evil men. So how can anybody how can a system that is evil produce anything that is good? These people are crazy. Yeah, you are looking at America like I am saying, like if it was a woman, she's the darling of the world. Yeah, but she's actually the Black Widow. That means, you know, the Black Widow spider, you know. When you mate with her, she kill you. She appear loving, but it's a killer. You know what I mean? It's obvious that's what this place is. And anyone who is supporting it and in with it are corrupted beings. Like I said, beings who have lost their soul. You know what I mean? And then you have all the rest of government are lesser and lesser devilish. You know what I mean? Well, they themselves said that that devil is a superpower. So that means, as a devil, he's super powerful. And then all the rest of lesser devil have to fall in with what he says. Otherwise, they cannot buy or sell anything. If you know what I mean. Yes, man. It's like a prophecy thing, I say, where those devils are concerned. They have some story in their own book. They're saying that in the final days, yeah, if you don't have the mark of the beast, then you cannot buy or sell anything. But that is not for an individual. That is for this idiotic thing that they call nations and countries. And I'll tell you now, if you are not with American friends, no, like the beast, it was prophesied that the beast would be. If you are not with them now, you can't buy and sell anything. Very difficult for you if you haven't got the mark of the beast on you. Go and ask the Iranians, them, or anyone who tried to resist the Americans. They put sanction on your bridging. You can't get medicine and certain things. You can't. You know what I mean? Because that's how powerful the beast is. So unless you have the mark, just like this clash started when one of the general of the beasts at the time, Mr. Bush, says, you are either with us or against us. He was the president at the time when this statement was made. I tell you, I like to skim the news, innit? And at the time I hear it coming out of his mouth, I said, hey, look as if the devil is serious here now, you know. Yes, because from ever since he said that, because the truth is always on the flip side. So I've been using it as well and telling beings, you either with what is right or against. Because this time is the fire. War was declared then. When he says that, spiritual war, not only physical, it was a declaration of war in a Babylon. When Mr. Bush says, you are either with us or against us. Serious words. I take those words to be serious. And immediately, when Mr. Bush says this, all those who support America, from Britain to Canada to France to whoever, and all of them went to Afghanistan or Iraq supporting them, because they were showing that, yes, boss, we are with you, we've got your mark. And anyone who supports him, they can buy and sell what they want. Anyone who opposes this devil in this time, as a country, not as an individual, as a country, find it very hard now to get the necessity that they need for their country, whether it's in hospital stuff or spare parts, whatever. Because if you're not with the beast, it'll make it very difficult for you in the fire. You understand what I mean? Because he has declared war. That you're either with us or against us. So it's the same thing now with the fire general. I just say dry, just like he's made his point clear, and I am making mine clear that you either with him or you is with Jah, the one that dwell within. But this is a time when you have to decide, because it's fire time. You know, see what I mean? So he serious, we are serious. You see what I mean? And you can see, like I say, he's not joking. Because any nation, like I say, who is against America, is in for some pressure. Some sanctions here and there, and if not the sanction, a couple of Hellfire missile, bunker buster bomb, whatever it is going to reach. You see what I mean? Because war has declared. So I'm saying the war is not only a physical war that was declared, but also all a drink of water, Rasta. But also a mental war. So on the mental level now, the war that is declared here now is you either with what is right and correct, or you are against it. You know what I mean? No other way. You are either with what is right, or you are against it. Doesn't matter if you're a being who is high up, or a being that is low down, as you would imagine it. Are you for what is right? Excuse me. Or is your intention to do what is wrong? Previously, it looked as if it never mattered. One didn't have to really decide. But trust me, in this time, one have to really decide. Make a choice. No sitting on the fence. You get shut off the fence. You are either with the one or you are with them. You know? When I say them, I mean these idiots. I call them idiots. Because when you look, it's not that, like I say, the creative energy created anything idiotic. We are all intelligent beings. But those who fail to use their intelligence are labeled idiotic. You know, the behavior is an idiotic behavior. So these idiotic souls that I say are ruling and are your governments have made the wrong choice by going against the will of the one. And when you go against the will of the one now, like I say, instead of living in harmony, you are now going to bring in disharmony. You see, working out of tune with harmony. They bring in disharmony. Now those who are bringing disharmony into harmony have created the life that you see here now on earth. Now you have to decide that this state of affairs here on earth never started yesterday, last year, the year before. It has been running before all of us who are presently drawing breath was around, running in the same negative and no difference was going on. Rob, kill, wah. So this is the behavior now of those, like I'm saying, who are what would you call them? I'll say those who have chosen to be negative. Then this is what they've created. Now we are now in 2013. Is it a good thing that they've done? Is the world has the behavior of man, right, from the centuries that you can read in your history book, what you can see present day now? Would you, as an honest person, say yes? Those who are the leaders, rulers, have been guiding mankind the correct way. Because like I'm telling you, I've seen them looking for peace in Israel since I've been in England. That's 40 years. And they haven't got nowhere, no near and no peace. But that's just an example. They've been looking for peace on the earth for wherever when. And they haven't got no near this peace. So maybe they should stop looking for the peace and look for some justice. Maybe peace don't work. Maybe we should search more for justice and demand justice rather than peace. You see what I mean? So if say a Palestinian was demanding justice now, then justice would be that really this was my house and I was living in it. Yeah, before anyone come from Russia and come. So justice would have to say, well, yeah, it's your right, it's your house, that's where you should live. But peace now would actually say, oh no, let the man live in the house, and you if you find anywhere to live, you can live there and we live in peace. That's how peace would behave. But justice is more to the point then. You know what I mean? So justice would know that no, you build this house, you was here first. This man come from over there. It's not that you would let him live here, but he's doing it by taking your house by force. No, that can't be right, can it? So all these people who are looking for peace, don't look for no peace, because peace will never work. Peace is a fancy of human beings' imagination. What we want is justice. What is right and correct. You know what I mean? So as an example, and if somebody was responsible for something, yes, by all means, lock the person, because such a person is dangerous. But if justice was really operating, all your president and all the members of your CIA and the head of all your police force, all these and most of them would be locked up and tried for an abuse of power. You see what I mean? Because they have not exercised power in the correct manner. They have abused power. These beings should be in prison rather than be in a position of ruling, or in the high court sending other human beings to prison and all these kind of things. You know what I mean? Being liars. Most of these people are sick. And these very people, like I say, should be put on trial and put away where people like whose mind are deluded. Just like here now in society, the obvious when people are really what they call crack up, they have them in institution. But those who are putting the people in institution are themselves deluded on a different level. You know what I mean? So like your prime minister and your presidents and like I say, all your religious leaders and them, these are deluded beings. They should be, they should never be in any position of authority to say and enforce their will no way on society, because they do not know the truth. Only when someone know the truth, they should be allowed to have any position that can have influence on the rest of society. If you let disease mind have influence, then they will infect the rest of society, which is exactly what they've done, because they are the one who control the set up their the school system and educational system in such a way that you are guaranteed to catch disease. You know what I mean? They haven't set it up right, because only a righteous and honest group of men could do such thing. Realize the system and shed and make it the right way, following the law that is within. Their heart are not clean enough to do this. They cannot see the law. They don't know that the law exists. Hence the fact, like I say, they have to create their own inhuman law to suit themselves. Not like any justice or anything like that. The world is looking to what they call the West as some kind of civilized, and it is the West is uncivilized. It is a backward civilization. These beings here, in their own, I know in your own, I don't know, your own idiot and ignorant and racist point of view, you are advanced. But I'm telling you truthfully, spiritually, you are like a caveman, not even one that lived, say, 500,000 years ago, but one who lived about 5 million when the earth was primitive. I said the brain wasn't developed then yet, you know what I mean? But you think to yourself then that you are the most intelligent. You're not the most intelligent, you're the most backward, the most vile, the most sick. I don't know how many different type of beings there is in the universe, or how many levels. But I say, when if you come to Earth, you're visiting the crudest level of existence. And this is where you find these backward and ignorant beings who are in control. And yet they think to themselves that they are smart. I wouldn't mind, but most of the system is based on lies, deception. They would have you feel, they would have you believe, and I'm not an educated man, that they was the one that invent mathematics, astronomy, and all these kind of things. When I'm telling you, the man in the bush, go and read African history. You don't like to call Egypt, Africa, Ethiopia, and them place, or the Congo. But long before these know anything about any mathematics, these was the masters of those things. Long before any Greeks and Romans know anything about any mathematics or any science of the sky. The masters in the bush know these things. You understand? And build building that has never been replicated anywhere on the planet. Understand? Man in the bush right there in Africa. But what have they done? They've hide because they are deceptive and lying, cheatful, wicked beings. So what did they do? They've gone hell-bent and hiding such matters. And then gone hell-bent and proving that we was just savage people running about in the jungle and we need to be civilized. If we needed to be civilized in the bush, it wasn't by you. God know how to civilize man, because it was the one that created man. Who are you to civilize? When did the one give you the permission to come and civilize? You goddamn liar. Yeah, that's what I say about him. Lying, you have to build your house of lies. I've come to shatter the house of lies. So I know all about the lies that you've been telling. Trust me. I am an expert at figuring out lie and proving the lie as well and shining light on the lie. That's what I'm doing here now. Shining light on these liars. You see what I mean? All the I know when you got, we should go all over Europe. What you want to do, right? All these artifacts that you steal from Africa, you should bring it back. All of it. I don't know why you steal people's things and have it all about in your museum. You even steal our ancestors' body. Imagine that you have all Pharaoh body too. I don't know how many bodies you have. Why do you want somebody else's body? They're dead. Bring them back to Africa and put them back in the ground where you find them. You know what I mean? But these lunatics, like I say, they come there and they dig out the ground. And whatever our ancestors bury under there, they take it away and now stacking it up in their place. Imagine if we come from out of Africa, come to Europe, taking up bodies, digging up the king body or whoever it was, bringing it back to Africa, driving around Africa, showing people the king of Europe body. And what they bury him with and all his artifacts. And not only that, stealing some of it and having it in our, what they call collection and museum and all those kind of things. But no, it's just that they know where they get their thing from. They know where they get the knowledge from. They know where it was. They know that the light is coming out of the dark. And that is one of the reasons why they fear the dark so much. Because they themselves have no light. Well, they have light, but they don't know how to turn it on. Because everyone have light, there is no one without the creative energy in them. But for some reason, like I say, some of the brothers have become so selfish in their behavior that they have created a cloud within themselves that the light don't penetrate, I say, to their souls. But the light is still shining nevertheless, because this light cannot be extinguished. So even in these vile and sickos human soul, the light is shining. But they comprehend the light not due to their behavior has become set. They become set in evil, solidified. Hard like a tree that has grown rigid and stiff. And it's now, it cannot be bent unless you snap it. Like when a tree is young, you can train it to go this way or that way, you know what I mean? But it look as if these now have become so set in evil that they become stiff, meaning that you cannot reason to their mind anymore. It cannot be, if it's a younger person, it's easy, it can flip, you know what I mean? But these now have grown so accustomed to violence and wickedness against their fellow human being that there's no way of reasoning with these or changing their ways. They are set in their hatred. Well, I wouldn't say they hate the fellow human being. It's a hatred for their own self, because they don't understand the law. You know what I mean? So they hate their own being, but they project this hate out onto they might project it to me, say, oh, I don't like that black man or whatever man, they project it on. You know what I mean? But you do these things, like I say, when you are totally deluded. And delusion is such a thing that is very, very hard to spot, because, like I say, the deluded are ruling. Lunatics have taken over the asylum. The earth is an asylum run and governed by beings of the lowest mentality. See what? That's why you have all the wars, and you'll have scientists being funded. People are starving, but they are funded with billions of dollars to go and find out how to make poison machine, or how to do this, how to kill, how to develop the next bomb, to do ridiculous things. Because that's what lunatics do. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for lunatics, beings who are really sick, there wouldn't be any money here, would there? Because we don't need money. God already provides everything. But because these are sick and they don't want, for some reason, they want to deny, they don't want everyone to have what is rightfully theirs. They don't want everyone to be rich. It suits them to play some sick game. So they don't want everyone to have a share, so they create money so that they can control and deny, you know what I mean? And now people really believe that, oh yes, money is a good thing and we should all have money. It's not a good thing, it's an evil thing that was conceived by evil and wicked human being who's like I say, intelligence has not yet arisen. They are in the egg, not yet hatch and come out. Should never be in any position of authority to say anything. And when they leave her, they could never be. Such beings like you who are living and governing, you could never interfere with the law as long as you live in creation again. And you will never be in any position to say anything and do anything that is counter to the law ever again when you leave this earth. And if you, while you're here, the new law is introduced. You know what I mean? Because like I'm saying, you've been driven, the beings have been driven to that law. Because sooner or later they will see that they need an alternative way. This way ain't working. It ain't working in Europe, ain't working in China, ain't working in Africa either. Ain't working nowhere. People are getting, instead of people getting more and more food to eat, they're getting less and less. Instead of them getting more and more work to do, there is less and less. Instead of them getting more and more money, there is less of it. The only people who have more and never run out of anything is the elite, who is causing all the distress to the masses. They never lack anything. They like it when the masses lack. When we lack, that means there is discontentment, there is trouble. Well, that is exactly what they want. Trouble is wicked man business. That's how they make money. When there is trouble going on, they sell the most gun, they sell the most oil, the most whatever, to keep the war machine going. You see what I mean? So the more problems you have where they have to send the police, the army, all this is good. You know what I mean? The more trouble you can cause, the more better it is for the ruling evil that is running the planet. Devils, I call them. Proper devil sickos. The more trouble you can cause, yeah, the better it is for these beings. It's business, because their business is based on trouble, not on love and not on justice anyway. You hear them cry for a bit of peace, always saying, oh, we'll sign the peace accord, because they know peace is a fancy of their own imagination. You know, they will never call for no justice, but they will call for peace. Oh, say everybody, oh, we should have peace and we should make peace. Because they know that peace is just a piece. They don't want the full. Justice is a full thing. Peace is like a piece of something. It's not the whole, is it? So that's why they will love. And he's always talking about, oh, we should make peace and have peace and do, you know what I mean? But they won't say, oh, well, let us seek justice, because justice might call for their head to be on the block. You know what I mean? Justice might say, but you did authorize that, kill that person. It is wrong. It is not just. You know what I mean? It is not just that you come here in this country and remove the Native American and set up your whatever you call and claim that you are American. That's injustice. Not justice at all. That means, you know, justice have to be done. And if justice was done, you wouldn't be the head, you wouldn't be what you are in that land, would you? Because you are there under false pretense. So these goons will never cry out for justice. Yeah, they will cry out for peace. And most of you, like I say, as long as you are thinking of yourself as an American, as a Canadian, as a British, as a Rwandan, a Cameroonian, a Kenyan, a Nigerian. That's how you get separated. That's what the ruling negativity love. It was the one who conceived of all these. So once you separate like that, it's easy for you to be confused. You can't see the truth. You can only see the truth when you can think of the earth as one place, one. And when you see that the beings that are on here are one. Otherwise, he's got you in his confusion. And you won't be able to get out of this confusion, like I'm telling you. And then once you're in this confusion, you will behave in a way that is not fitting for a human being to behave. And you will do so gladly, because most of the people will be behaving like that. But like I'm telling you, from Firehouse, there is consequences to our action. We are not like they're telling us. We are beings who live eternally. The spirit in us can never die. It's endless. You see what I mean? That is the reason why I'm telling you, in all of my reason, I always try and put it in. That is the reason why we have our memory. Secret agent from the one. He's the one that record all our deeds. Be these deeds good or bad deeds. You understand? It doesn't forget anything. Everything is recorded. The reason why we have, like we say, conscience, well, I know that one. That is the internal master, the know of all things. Terrible and dreadful overlord, I say himself, Rastafari, the High General. That's what you call your conscience. This is the one that is within, the one that cannot be seen. Because we are now talking on the unseen level. But this one is dwelling in all, see it all, know it all. More powerful than Obama and all his little cronies put together, and the Pope and all his little cronies put together, and more powerful than all the 7 billion people on earth put together as well. And there are that 7 billion that are unseen as well, and trillion of them all together. The one is greater than the many. Remember that lesson I say. That's why I don't fear man. I fear them in their great numbers. I never worry about it. Somebody said to me, oh, 7 billion. So what? I know the law. The one is greater than the many. You see what I mean? So the one that I know is superior to all human beings put together. All of them, you know what I mean? And doesn't matter what name, like I say, whether it was Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, anybody you want to think or conceive of. Not just one. The one is greater than all of them and all of the people who is living now. And yet it's only one. You see what I mean? Don't worry about that. So this one now, who I say run things, organize things. But like I say, the one don't have to do anything, because the one already have a law running. There is a law in the universe. The law operates automatically. So it is not like so God is going to do you this. Everything work automatic. Like when you go to some of these supermarkets now, there's no cashier. Things work automatic. You just cash out, and you get your change, your reward, everything. That's how the law operates. It just operates. Whatever your reward is, you get it. When you flex through, when death comes for you, and you go to the other side. That's why I'm saying now, you should pay close attention to that, how it works as well. But it doesn't matter what people have or don't have. Whether they are rich or poor, whether they fly regular in an aeroplane or drive regular in a car, or whether they are walking. Doesn't matter whether they ever did any of these things or they never do it. All of you together are going, if death was one door, that's where you all have to walk through. Irrespective of if you run into the east, run to the north, run to the south. You're coming right back to where you're going to go through that door, deck door. So wherever you're going on the planet, you're flying and here and there and you're doing there, you know. Make sure you are preparing for the day when you go through that door. And that, because you are supposed to spend your time, you know, all this traveling around the earth. You are supposed to be getting yourself ready. Packing your case. You are supposed to be searching for the things that you're going to put in your case to travel. So that when you leave, you know that yes, I come here and I have gathered together all the necessary things that I need for my journey onward into the unknown, like I'm saying, which is where we are all heading, you know. Like it's only a stopover. So if this is only a stopover, I say, why come here now and behave in a manner which is like I say inhuman towards our fellow human being. Like I say, like joining the drone program and becoming a drone pilot, you know. Or if you was a Jew, imposing yourself on a set of people and just telling them that God promised you this land and it's right that you should abuse and use them. Or following the American, who is doing the same thing as the Israeli, no difference. What the Israelis doing, right, is no different from what the these Europeans did to the native Indian when they get there, whether in Canada or America. It's the same thing. They just go there and brutally shift them through gunfire or whatever, impose themselves on the land, take it over and then start to lay down the rules and regulations of what the native people could do. Like I say, I'm always skimming the news. It's only yesterday I was seeing on the news there where in Australia they've decided to recognize the Aborigine as the first people there. You mean from all this, the time that they've been in Australia, now 2013 is when they are going to recognize that, oh, the Aborigine was here before we come down here and brutalize them. And now they are not even citizens in their own land. We are first citizens. How hypocritical can you get? But you know, it's not a hypocritical thing. Wicked and evil societies are always like that. Because these things, like I tell you, these are outposts like Australia and New Zealand. All they do is abuse the local inhabitants. If you go in these countries, you will find these people marginalized out. And if they recount their history, you will see the pain in the soul of how they've been brutally overcome by these forces and now humiliated in their own land, like how the Palestinians are humiliated. Well, the Native America has been humiliated in its land, and the Canadian and the Brazilian and the Australian and all these other places that they have captured and humiliate the people of that land with their unjust rule and system, vile and wicked, nothing good. You know what? It made me sick the way these people go on sometime, and yet they are still singing praises as if they did something good, or at some time trying to make out that we bring civilization. You bring evil on the goddamn planet, no civilization. There's no what civilization. It made me want to puke up, I say, when I hear them talk about progress. Progress of what? Yeah, you progress in evil, how to make more sophisticated evil. No fucking progress of the soul here. So I don't know what the fuck some people are about progress. It make me, like I say, want to vomit when I hear these goddamn ignorant people talk about, oh yeah, we make progress. You mean from God give man life, this is the progress that he's made, where all he can do is think of war against his fellow human being and kill, rape, murder, make poison, and we call that progress? No, not to me. I would rather stand as a one voice and say this is not progress, it's sickness. These beings are sick. If I had the power, wipe out all the leaders, man. Because Because I would say you're leading people into sickness, disgusting. You know what I mean? What you have, you must be think I am flattered because I see you with a computer and whatever. That is no progress at all. How can we look at ourselves and say we make progress when we're killing somebody over here, claiming that they are Lebanese or whatever, or Japanese? So that give us the right. That can be no progress. These people have held the soul of beings back. Beings could have had progress, yes, because we are progressive beings, and this progress is within ourselves. But we have never been allowed to develop this progress because of the goddamn wicked and evil system that rule over us and continue to exert power like I say, NATO and superpower American, Britain and France and all the other devil, Chinese and Russian and all the other wicked minds that they control in Africa to give them power. That's what I say. There is no African leaders. All of them have been trained up by these goddamn wicked and evil forces. You know, they sell the soul to them. So now we set out, they say we can't find any proper jungle man in the jungle. Everyone has gone over into evil, sink down to the depths of the mind. Can't find any genuine human being anymore. You know what I mean? In the jungle. But at the same time, you know, that doesn't mean that we've give up hope. You know what I mean? Because we realize that it's not only the jungle that is contaminated. The whole earth is contaminated. But at the same time, there is pockets of resistance. And more people now are getting in tune with their own faculties and starting to think for themselves rather than rely on others to think for them. You know what I mean? I say it's a good thing when a man like the Pope resign, because the younger minds now will be able to see clearly that there he's resigned. He's only doing a job. He works for an organization. They're a big and powerful organization, very rich. You know, not very, 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 very rich organization. You know what I mean? Powerfully rich and have a lot of stake and money. But why should God be that? Why should God church be that powerfully rich? You know what I mean? The church should give away its richness to those who need it. Like say me, like the church now, I should be able to make a request to the church that listen, I've lost a lot of my teeth, yeah? Now they have modern implants now. I think you could 25,000, it probably cost me something like that to get some nice gashes in my mouth. Well, the church should be able to do that. I am one of God's children, aren't I? I deserve God's service. So how come anyone in the church wouldn't want to do that? But if I go there and make a request, if I send a request to the Pope now, to say, listen man, I might not be a Roman Catholic father, but I am a child of God anyway. You know, I know it's not the worst thing in the world, but I could do with some new gashes. You are a very rich. You know, you have holding for God and I'm one of God's child. Will you give me some, a 25 grand to fix the teeth? Well, you won't get it. So I don't know how come they have all this money and who get to use the money. You know what I mean? After they finish pay out the priests who they have brainwashed into idiocy to spread propaganda amongst the souls of other human beings. You know what I mean? Because they probably pay them and graded it. The higher up you are, the more money you get, the more privilege you. But they still have a lot of money left over, really, where they could, you know. Because I say these organizations are not godly. We ain't living in a godly world. So nothing here is organized and the godly way. Yeah, it might look, don't get me wrong, they have these places look or claim to be organized for such purposes, but they are not. They are organized to make money. The whole system is a corruption. It's only on the other side you will get rid of the corruption. Because it's only the other side that intend to do what is right and correct and truthful and honest. You know what I mean? But these here have no intention of doing any such things. Anyway, like I usually say when I'm ready to fire out, I have been rapping on this spine for a little while, and I'm going to ease up the fire and fade in and fire out, and we'll meet on the next session from the firehouse. Rastafari, live it.